Hi everybody, Roger here. Kind of want to bring up an off subject today. It's in regards to who I am, what kind of person I am. Not that I like labels or anything, I despise them, but it does give you an indication of like where some people are in their lives and like who they intend to be, who they want to become. So I guess I'll just lay out the basics here. My name is Roger. I'm old. I just turned 40 recently, and I guess that's old. I am a gay man. I'm also a minority. I am an American-born Mexican. Again, I hate labels. I do consider myself 100% I'll take that back. I do consider myself 100% American above anything else, and I believe anybody who loves their country and is in their country should be very proud of their country. So, with that, my ideals, I believe myself to be pretty much straight down the line libertarian. I do believe in letting the free market decide outcomes, letting it decide things for us. I do believe in taking part of it. I do believe in equality of opportunity, not equality of outcome. I do believe we all have the ability to build ourselves up from nothing and make ourselves into something. And, and limited government, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of things that I do firmly have some, I think some people will consider odd, considering my background as a gay man, as a minority, why I would have voted for Trump. And in the previous elections, why I voted certain ways. Now, I did start off my life as a Democrat. I think I was born and raised a Democrat. Watching TV and watching the life that I had when I was younger, it made sense. Don't ask me how, I was a child, but it made sense to me at the time. Nowadays, as I grow older and I have more responsibility to my own actions, one thing my mom taught me growing up, and this, I'm not sure if this instilled in my other siblings. I'm pretty sure it did. I know it did with my older sister. As far as everybody else, all my other brothers and sisters, no, I'm not too sure because, everybody has their own different outlooks. But my mom has always told me that she would, never bail me out of jail if I ever was caught, apprehended for stealing or anything like that. She would repeatedly tell me this over and over again. There was a time when I was a kid when I guess I would steal my own toys and take them to school with me and then bring them back home. I think what started off for my mom was when I think I was in second grade. My friend Matthew Weaver, and Matthew, if you're out there, get a hold of me. He moved away after I was like in second grade, so I don't know where he's at. But I gave my friend Matthew, I think it was Matthew, my Q*bert coloring book. I don't know if you guys remember Q*bert. And I came home that night and my mom said, "Oh, where's your coloring book?" And I'm like, "Oh, I gave it to my friend." She's like, "What? I paid so much money for," she didn't pay a lot of money for it, but all the money that we had was a lot. And she said, "I paid for that and you better get it back." And I'm like, "Oh, geez, how do I ask my friend for something back that I gave him?" And I remember every day I would ask him, "Where's my coloring book? Where's my coloring book? My mom wants me to get it back." Yada, yada, yada. So anyways, I guess ever since then, my mom always thought that I would steal. And, granted, sometimes I like to take my brothers and sisters' toys with me to school. So I was thinking about my backpack. I would bring them back, but I always wanted to play with them and show them off. And, that's just who I was. My mom thought it was stealing. So, I had grown up with my mom always searching my body for toys or something. I think up until a certain age. But, and she would always tell me during that time, "I'm never going to pull you out of jail if you ever steal. You're on your own." Well, lo and behold, I'm glad she told me all this. As a kid, I always hated it. I'm like, why would my mom think I'm a crook? And why would she tell me all this? And why would she be mean to me? And, I'm not sure if she was aware of it, but she instilled some pretty good core values in me that I didn't follow throughout my 20s, but I did or my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I didn't follow. But as I got into my mid-20s and 30s, I started realizing all the things that she was saying were took them to heart. You know, nobody's ever going to bail you out for anything. You have to make sure that if anybody's going to bail you out, it's going to be for you, for whatever choices that you make in life. Excuse me. And so I went with that mentality. I'm not going to say I'm a clean slate, but I do firmly believe that I am responsible for all the actions and the scenarios that I've caused in my life up until this point, and any thereafter that I will be part of. So with that, I guess I can say that I don't believe in. I do believe the government can have limited government assistance, and I believe that there should be fairness in government and truth and everything that should be told. But I also understand reality in regards to government assistance. Like housing for people who are underprivileged. Food benefits for people who are as well. Things of that nature. I believe those should be limited. I don't believe. I think if you are using those, you need to check in. But after a while, they need to be stopped. And I say this because some people do have a hard upbringing. So there's a part of me that maybe is a little bit leaning to the left as far as willingness to give taxpayer-funded benefit to people. Because those people have the potential, some of them, I think I would say probably in this day and age right now, probably about 5% of them are actually wanting, maybe 15, I don't know, 5 to 15% of them actually want to have, give back to society, and they are using those tools. I've seen interviews of people, I've seen friends and family who have been in those programs that they don't want to keep with that for the rest of their lives, but then there's some that I do have in my life that do prefer it that way. So I see the catch. So in that respect, I think stuff like that should be monitored. Things that you pay in as an individual, unemployment, that's something that you pay into as a taxpayer. What else? There's benefits, unemployment. Okay, contraceptives, birth control. That's an individual's decision. That definitely should not be coming out of taxpayer money. If you want to go out and do your thing and get screwed every night, and then at the taxpayer expense versus your own, then you have some weird issues going on in your head. At the same time, don't get me wrong, I've taken advantage of certain benefits that I'm probably against at this point. Here's the difference. I feel like at this point, I am primarily responsible for the things that I've done and that I've caused in my life to bring myself back to where I need to be, and I'm taking full ownership of all these things. A lot of the other people don't want to. They feel like everybody owes them, and that's the disgusting mentality right now. We are very privileged people being in the United States. We have a lot of benefits in life at this point, and our existence is the way that we live today with this luxury, this freedom that we have. It's because of people fighting for it in the past. Nowadays, we have nobody's willing to fight for anything. We don't want to break our nails. We don't want to have anything go get us dirty. I used to have a career where I was always off my ass and having people get off their ass, and now I sit on my ass. But it's because I'm doing things in my brain, I guess. My career is very demanding and stressful. But these are choices that I make. I own up to them. I don't blame other people. I'm not a victim. I have made the good and the bad choices in my life, and I own up to them. This is my background. I ended up voting for Trump. I always had a lot of people wonder, are you against gays? Are you against this? Are you against that? I'm like, no. Even my own gay friends, Again, I'm a gay man. I'm not against. I don't believe that gay rights need to be there when we all have equal rights. In the United States, we are all equal. If a business wants to go and say, oh no, you get out because you're gay, well, guess what? I have a chance to go on Google, Yelp, and everything, and lay out my 2 cents, and then get that ball rolling to that business. Can either make it or break it. Again, letting the business, letting the actions, letting people have the freedom to choose who they want to serve, to choose who they want to be, but then also having the repercussions if they are basically letting the free market decide. You know, if a majority of people after I get kicked out of that restaurant, if the majority of people are on my side, that restaurant will eventually go out of business, and that business owner and all the people around it can rethink their values. And again, we're not forcing them to change. Nobody should ever force anybody to change. If somebody wants to not serve me because I'm gay or Mexican or whatever, so be it. I don't give a shit. I really do not give a shit. I don't care. It's happened once. It's never happened beyond that. And I'm 40. All these people bitching and complaining that it's all over the place and racism is rampant. No, you guys are all fucking lying up your ass. Get over yourselves. Know that nothing is as fabricated in real life as your imagination is. And I guess where I'm going with this is, as a gay, liberal, minority male, working my ass off, in debt just like everybody else, trying to make ends meet, I still love America. I'd rather have this challenge in my life than all of the people who want to be coddled by the government. When you decide that you want somebody else to be the caretaker of your cush life, when you want to live and watch streaming videos all day, watch YouTube videos of cats jumping around or SpongeBob SquarePants or whatever it is that you're watching and spending your time doing, you're never going to get anywhere. And then when you're on your deathbed, you're going to be wondering, wow, I wasn't ambitious. I didn't try. I didn't challenge myself. And guess what? We live in this world where you're put in America of all places in the world, in America during this time frame where freedoms, I mean, gosh, we are in the prime moment right now where we are so coddled that we complain about Starbucks coffee cups being a certain color, not having designs or whatever. Do you not realize that you're so fucking bored out of your mind that you have to complain and bitch and moan about absolute bullshit? There's people who would probably be 200 years ago, 300 years ago, who were fighting for the freedoms here and still fighting today, would look in the future and would they predict, oh my gosh, you know, these people are going to be complaining about a coffee cup, a paper coffee cup. No. We have it so privileged. We have such a cush life that nothing happens to us that we have to make an episode out of a coffee cup. Do you get it? And then during your deathbed, before you die, if you don't do anything in your life, if everything was handed to you, you had this one existence and you chose to mope. You chose to allow the government to give you benefits. You chose to allow people to support you. You didn't challenge yourself. And you got people, and you chastise people when they try to go against it and try to help you. And in my own way, I feel like I'm helping people when I'm being very vocal about my thoughts and ideals and my stances on things. And they say, well, you're a victim as well because you're gay, you're minority, and you grew up poor. No, I'm not a victim. I'm a go-getter. I might not be where I want to be right now, but I am a go-getter. And I believe everybody has the potential in this day and age to be a go-getter, not a victim. And unfortunately for all these fucking ass politicians, these leftists, these SJWs, these leftist college professors, these neoliberals, these Antifa fighters, all you guys are pushing is the victim mentality. That gets you nowhere. Look at Venezuela. Look at every place at this point with oppression, with look at every place in this world where look at the differences basically like this. Look at a third world country where they don't understand what we have here. Why would they even want to come here? We can't even support them. Go watch, if you want to have a simple education, a simple demonstration in regards to how we can't ever America can't save everybody. Watch that stupid gumball video. Again, it's not stupid. It's an epic video. It's great, and I'm glad it's gotten mainstream. But just go watch that. I use the word stupid too much. Sorry. It's a great video, and it would probably open your eyes to how we, America is not the world. Not to quote Morrissey or anything, but we have so many people that need to just get over themselves. We have so many people who have lost ambition in this world because people are telling them that they're victims. Fucking stop that. You're killing people. You're killing what it means to be alive. And it's not just to eat and breathe and be coddled and play the victim. Being alive is a lot more than that. And those who know what I'm talking about know that it's beyond comprehension and beyond what I can say. Anyways, that's my 2 cents today. Gosh, this is my 3rd video. I don't know if I'll be able to post all of them today live. But anyways, I just wanted to give you my idea where I come from. You know, I was poor, grew up with nothing, and I still fight for the things that I try to have to this day and age, just like everybody else, or the majority of people. Love you guys. Have a good day. Peace out.